Yo, what is popping, my GSA crew? It is everyone's boyfriend, mpknife, with week 1 of Minors versus Pi. Um, just recording this because I fucking feel like it. Let's take a look at the matchup. He's changed his team, so this isn't entirely accurate. He's got Mew, T-Tar, Azu, Nidoqueen, Blacephalon, but he did not have a Blacephalon. He had a Darmanitan. Noivern, Xurkitree, he did not have a Scavalier. He had Frostlass, Girder, Blossom. He also had something else, if I could check right quick. He had Regigigas. Oh, yeah. So he had Regigigas, Frostlass, and Darm on this team, and he did not have Blacephalon and Escavalier. So, since he didn't have an Escavalier, and he picked it up after a bloom, I think you can tell that he did not have a Steel type. And that is where our good friend Tapu Lele comes in. Moonblast, Psychic, Protect, Calm Mind. Kind of just had free move slots because I didn't need to run any sort of coverage. Dual Stab hit his entire team. So I brought Calm Mind so that I could boost up maybe and win, depending on what he had left. And Protect to scout Scarf Darm, which I was pretty sure was going to come, just because Scarf Darm's really good. Looking at his team, it hits, Blacephalon's there now, Scavalier's there now, so it would have been a different story. But week 1, he did not have those. He had the Darm. That's why I run max speed. Just in case, he's not Scarf, I can at least speed tie it. I don't want to be slower for no reason. Max special attack. If he didn't have that, I would have crept, Xurkitree maybe, and maybe had a little more bulk, but, what's the point? Just be as fast as possible, just be as strong as possible. It's Tapu Lele. It's your girl. Druddigon is next. AV. This is my main stopgap against Xurkitree, which would otherwise just fuck this team. So I have to be careful with playing with it. Can't bring it in on things that it doesn't need to be brought in against. Crunch, Gunk Shot, Earthquake, Dragon Claw. I'm running a lot of speed. I'm running 172. Corviknight is 170. The point of this Druddigon is to outspeed an Azu, creeping Corviknight and hit it with a Gunk Shot for massive damage if he thinks that, if he's running speed on his Azu, he probably thinks, I'm faster than this Druddigon. I can come in, play rough it, kill it. And that's what that speed's for. The attack is just to be strong as possible, and just a, special bulk. EVs don't think about those too hard. This is mainly to stop Xurkitree, because it doesn't have HP Ice anymore, so it can't really, or Signal Beam for that matter, so it could have Dazzling Gleam, I guess, is its best move to hit me. But I figured, based on what else I have, mainly the Swampert, that he would want to be a Grass move plus Electric move. So, or he could be just choiced in some way, or, I just need this Druddigon here to, be fat, take a hit. Buzzwole is the Scarf for the day. Leech Life, Close Combat, Ice Punch, Fell Stinger. I just brought Dual Stab plus Ice Punch for the Nidoqueen. I could have brought, Poison Jab for a Azumarill, but I didn't find it to be particularly necessary. Fell Stinger was the last move, just, if he's going to give me something, I could, pick it off and maybe sweep. Not sure, but, it's a fun move to have. Adamant, because I don't need Jolly. Looking at his team, the main thing that I wanted to outspeed was the Noivern as a Scarfer, which I'm pretty sure this does. I hope it does at least, otherwise I look like an idiot. And also the T-Tar at +1. I want to be able to outspeed a D-Dance T-Tar, even though T-Tar being brought seemed pretty unlikely. I, still want to prep for it. It's a Scarfer. It threatens Mew. It threatens T-Tar. Ice Punch threatens Noivern. Threatens Regigigas, I suppose. Yeah, it's there. Gren, Gunk Shot, U-Turn, Dark Pulse, Hydro Pump. With the naive nature. It's faster than his entire team, I believe, except for Noivern. So Noivern seemed to be kind of a problem in while building, just because I didn't know the best way to handle it. It could be pretty annoying, especially if it had those heavy-duty boots. But it Gunk Shot for Azu, U-Turn to just switch out of anything I don't kill, and Dark Pulse and Hydro Pump. The dual stabs are very strong if we look at the team, like Mew, T-Tar, Nidoqueen, the Darmanitan that isn't shown. Yeah, it's there. It's Gren. It's just good. Swampert is the physical wall meant to stop Darmanitan. Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Toxic Protect. No, like, water move, not just mono Earthquake. Once again, this leaves me kind of weak to Noivern, I guess, but I mean, I could have ran like Ice Punch, but I didn't really feel the need, and Earthquake hit everything else. His grass type was a Blossom, and I'm not gonna lie, wasn't very scared of Blossom, so kind of just didn't feel like running, an Ice move or a Water move for that matter. Instead, I ran Stealth Rocks, obviously, Toxic and Protect. Toxic just lets this thing beat anything that's trying to set up on it. Protect is to scout and gain leftovers recovery and rack up toxic damage, etc. And the last mon is Corviknight. It's Spadef. It's very good. Roost, Defog, U-Turn, Ironhead. It pivots. It roost. It's fat. We love Corviknight. It's the last mon on this team because I was contemplating not bringing it actually. But one, I was kind of scared of Noivern. I felt like this was a good check to Noivern. Also, like, it's fucking Corviknight. Especially once you see the game, I kind of realized that this mon should be brought almost every week. It's just so good at pivoting, momentum, that kind of shit, taking hits, roosting up, etc. So that's the team. And let's hop over to the battle. He brought Regigigas, Azumarill, Mew, Darmanitan, Nidoqueen, and Xurkitree. Not surprised by Azu, not surprised by our good friend Mew, not surprised by our good friend Darm, and I'm not too surprised about Xurkitree. Nidoqueen, I didn't know if he was going to bring. I had some pretty good checks to it. I have Lele, I have Swampert, Gren, all three mons that I brought, amongst others, but I guess if he were to, just looking at the team, it looks like his rocker, and the Mew is here to do something else. It's thinking something sinister, probably. Being the stupid little fetus that it is. So it's probably the rocker. And Regigigas, I don't know. It's there. It's fat. It's ugly. You'll see what it does, but yikes. It's a Regigigas. Didn't really prep for it, so that might be a problem, and it's got those really high stats, but, slow start. There's a reason Regigigas is not good. There's a reason it's not 18 points. Let's start. I lead Swampert, and he leads Darm. I won to lead, basically. Main reason for that, for leading Swampert, is because I didn't want Darm to get a free hit off on something. Looking at his team, his two best leads seem to be like a Rocks Nidoqueen or a Darm just to click U-turn. And the lead that beats both of those is Swampert. And Swampert's kind of the lead already because it has rocks and you know what. So, U-turns out that's not banded damage, so I know he's not choice banded, which leads me to believe even more that he's Scarf. He goes into the Regigigas. He named it Why Did I Draft This? And honestly, I don't know why he drafted it. But I just get up my rocks. The rocks are here. And his defogger is non-existent ? So, I mean, rocks seemed pretty good. I don't know what this thing is going to do, honestly. It could, like, sub, maybe. It could T-wave. It could... no, I don't know. I'm not going to try to reason with this stupid thing. He clicks Toxic. So it's definitely a little bit more of a defensive Regigigas, I assume, or at least, you know, I don't know how else you even run Regigigas. I just went Buzzwole just to threaten it. I could have protected with Swampert to scout what it did, but if it got like a sub up, that'd be really annoying. So I didn't want to, you know, just let him do anything for free. That's why I went Buzzwole. So he's here. I don't really feel like predicting right now. I just want to see a switch in. I want to see the Nidoqueen, and I want to see how much this does. This does 28, and then as you can see, it Black Sludge. So it's definitely a more defensive Nidoqueen. I guess to handle the Buzzwole, amongst some other things probably. Mainly just to get up rocks and be annoying. And I would say it certainly does its job. Its name is Bitch, and it is certainly that. So, you know, I show him basically that I'm adamant max attack. So, that's nice. Close combat, it only does 28. If I wasn't Scarf, I could probably feel safe to like change up moves here, considering it's Black Sludge, and just like hit it really hard. But I am Scarf, and I'm just going to switch. I have Corviknight, which is a very good check to this, and he sets up the rocks. So here, I make kind of a misplay. I mean, I don't know the set, to be fair, so I don't know how much of it is a misplay, but he clicks T-Spike, and that's really annoying. I just U-turn out, as you can see, and I U-turned because I kind of expected a switch. I mean, this is valuable to him because of the Buzzwole. He doesn't want me just spamming moves with Scarf Buzzwole. So, but he gets up a T-Spike, which is very annoying. I don't have Salazzle to like absorb it or anything. So my play here is to just go into Buzzwole to make sure nothing gets poisoned. I don't want Druddigon getting poisoned because it's the circuitry check. I don't want Swampert getting poisoned because it's the Darm check. I don't want Lele getting a poison because it might be a win con. And I don't want Greninja getting poisoned because it might be a win con. Corviknight U-turned out, so it can't come in. Otherwise, I mean, I would have just defogged if I knew that he was going to set up a T-Spike. I was just thinking, you know, rocks versus rocks. I'd rather keep the rocks on his side to hit that Darmanitan. But he set up a T-Spike, good play. I just have to go into Buzzwole and then pivot back into Corviknight. He gets a free hit off. Luckily, this Flamethrower does 29%. I am max Spadef, and this is definitely not an offensive Nidoqueen. So I'm able to basically defog for free now. But he can bring something in, and he decides to bring in circuitry. I defog, you know, get all that shit out of there. I don't want the T-Spike, it's very annoying. And that Nidoqueen may be a problem, even though I didn't know if he would bring it. I can certainly see why he brought it now. He shows leftovers on his circuitry, so I'm assuming he's more setup, maybe? So while it is risky, I mean, because he could have the Gleam, I do go hard Druddigon, because this is what it's for. If it fails at doing its job, so be it, but he sets up a sub. I'm assuming this is sub Tail Glow, and the sub is for Ditto, because he wouldn't want me to, like, copy him with Ditto and go ham, which makes sense. So Druddigon's here. He clicks Tail Glow, as I say. I click Earthquake just to break the sub, and he can either Gleam here and maybe kill me. I think it might actually. But seeing that he's sub Tail Glow, he's only got 2 other attacks, and he's definitely got the electric move. And the last move is either Gleam, or he would have, what's it called? Energy Ball for like Swampert or something. And that turns out to be probably what he is, as he just clicks T-Bolt. Does 56, and I'm able to kill the circuitry with Earthquake. And Azu, this is annoying. I Gunk Shot, goes to the left, so my prep worked, as you'll see. Play rough. Kills the poor Druddigon. It would have basically went 2 for 1 there, which would have been a huge win, considering the kind of set I brought. It's a shame, because this thing is pretty annoying. But, oh well. What are you gonna do? I got Corviknight in the back. I have the sneaking suspicion that this is a banded Azu, and he reveals himself to be so. He also reveals himself to be faster than the Corviknight, which means he did have exactly 171 speed. So, good prep on my part, but, like, it didn't work, so yikes. A half pat on the back, I guess. Just Iron Head here, just to get some chip, I guess. Probably should have roosted, but, if I were him, I would have stayed in and play roughed again, either thinking that it's a roll. I don't know the calcs off the top of my head, but it might have been a roll. Not sure. If it wasn't, then I guess staying in doesn't really make much sense. And then it lets me get back up to full. But I mean, I'm getting back up to full anyway, but he just gets the switch. And you see he switches to Darm. I just click Roost. And, you know, I'm healthy again. I'm a healthy bird. I'm happy. I go Swampert, just because I have the Swampert. He has the Darm. Does 18 this time, but yeah, still not banded. And he goes Mew. So I know everything about basically the rest of his team. I know that it's like a bulky defensive Regigigas that's meant to be annoying. He's got banded Azu, defensive, you know, hazard stacking Nidoqueen, and Scarf Darm. This Mew is the only thing I don't know anything about, and looking at the rest of the team, I'm pretty sure I can beat the rest of his team. So, taking that, I'm going to try to Toxic this so that it doesn't, you know, kill me with whatever weird set it has. But it has Taunt, which is to be expected, but it leads to a little bit of, you know, Taunt's one of the move slots, so it's really about discovering move slots with Mew and finding out which set it's running. So I showed Toxic, but I can't get it off because I got taunted. That's fine. Corviknight's going to come in just because it can't die to this. I don't know what kind of set this is. If anything, I could just U-turn out. He clicks Calm Mind. So he's taught Calm Mind. He clicks it again. I just U-turn out, and I go into Buzzwole, basically saying, hey, I'm Scarf, do something about it. I could have clicked Ice Punch because, you know, Nidoqueen was probably going to come in, but I decided not to. I decided to just click Leech Life, mainly because I did not want to risk it with this thing. If he stayed in for some reason, clicked Psychic or whatever, and killed me, or if he thought I was bluffing or whatnot, and I lost my Buzzwole, and the Mew was still alive at +2, at full health, that would have been very bad, and could not risk that. So even though he gains a little bit of momentum here by going into the Nidoqueen, he actually doesn't, because the Nidoqueen is a momentum drain, and I can just go into something on it for free. Could go Corviknight, but this time I actually decided to go Lele, because I assume he's just going to click a hazard. He just clicks T-Spike, and Lele looks to be pretty strong here. I just clicked the Psychic, and it is a Spadef Regigigas, I'm assuming, because that did nothing. Yikes, Lele. What are you doing, my dude? I'm assuming this is what he brought to beat the Lele, because he didn't have a Steel type, and, I mean, does a good job. It only took 32% from the Psychic. I mean, obviously it's a little weaker now because of the nerf the Psychic Surge, so it's not, you know, the all-empowering Tapu that it used to be, but it's still pretty good. But, yeah, that was some pretty pitiful damage. He showed Toxic last time, so I'm going to go Corviknight. I also need to get rid of this T-Spike. So he clicks Body Slam, and he's showing me his DPL strats. Whatever, dude. Live your life. Toxic Body Slam. Just spread status and be fat, I guess. I mean, I guess it's doing its job. I defog away this T-Spike. He clicks Body Slam, and he gets a para here, and it's actually helpful, because now I can U-turn for free and bring something in with a slower U-turn. I bring in Buzzwole. Now here, I'll just show you what happens. I click Close Combat in the skills. A pretty good play by me, if I do say so myself. And the immediate thought is, oh, he's just hitting what's in front of him, which kinda, but at the same time, he had shown me Nidoqueen twice already as a switch-in, and I had clicked, you know, Close Combat and Leech Life twice. I figured that he might try to get a little fancy, because he does seem to be behind right now. So I clicked Close Combat, and I just killed this. If he had gone Nido Queen, you know, would have went Corviknight, etc. You know, but I am able to get rid of this Regigigas, which does open things up for the Lele. It opened things up for the majority of my team. Swampert doesn't have to cry about getting toxicked and whatnot. You can't do any more harm, buddy. So I am able to kill the Regigigas. I get an attack boost. He goes Darm, because, yeah, he has to. U-turns out. Goes Mew. So Mew's back in. I know he's Taunt, Calm Mind. I don't know if he's like Roost and then 1 attack or 2 attacks. If he's 2 attacks, then I just want to weaken this. But if he's Roost, then I need to get out of there. I'm figuring that he's Roost, so I get out of there. I just go hard Gren, which is pretty poggers play. He clicks Taunt because he can't really afford to get toxic at this point, especially now that Regigigas is dead, so Taunt was pretty predictable. I just go Gren here because it claims a kill, basically. Comes in on Mew. If he's like mono psychic, then he can't hurt me. If he's 2 attacks, then, you know, we don't even know what 2 attack. I'm assuming one of them would be the psychic move. Gren, I mean, yes, it's frail, but this was pretty safe switching, all things considered. So Dark Pulse is pretty free here. It would have been freer if the Azu was fucking dead, but I mean, I am able to finish off the Azu with the Gunk Shot. This one lands, thank goodness. That would have been tragic if it didn't. Gunk Shot gives, and Gunk Shot taketh away. Luckily there it gave. So now I'm up 5-3, and the only thing he can really do here is go into Darm. And I'm fairly certain this is Scarf, so I just go Swampert. It's here to take those hits. He goes Mew. Here I go Gren again, because, like, what is he gonna do? Like, he's shown me Taunt, and he's shown me Calm Mind. From the way he's playing, I'm pretty sure he can't hit Gren super hard. So I click U-turn here, which is probably a misplay, all things considered, but I mean, it lets me bring in Buzzwole, I guess, so it's not too much of a misplay. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to scout at this point to see, you know, if he had a move to hit me. But he just clicks Roost, so he just shows that he's 1 attack. He could be Mono Psychic, but as you'll see later, he is not. At this point, I've clicked what's in front of me every time, so this time I decide to click Ice Punch, and it does pay off as he goes into Nidoqueen. Or no, actually, no, I click Leech Life. Fuck, I'm retarded, dude. I should have clicked Ice Punch. What are you doing? Stupid. Yeah. Yikes. Past me is not the brightest. I clicked Leech Life again. I mean, I'm basically enforcing that I'm hitting what's in front of me. I guess I'm kind of scared of a +1 Mew. I don't want it to, you know, just be a +1 Roost, you know, live its life forever. But, I mean, yeah, I can always go Corviknight on this thing. He cannot threaten me at all. He sets up rocks, doesn't matter. I'm going to defog those away. And I think here is where I stay in, because he's clicked U-turn every time, dude. He's clicked U-turn like 4 times. He's going to click it a 5th time. And he does just that, and he has to go Nidoqueen, because I'm U-turning, and he doesn't want the Mew to let in anything. So I go Lele here, which is a misplay. Now that I think about it, I should have just went... I mean, I didn't want to risk Gren, so that's fair, actually. He goes Mew. I just clicked Psychic. I probably shouldn't have. I should have clicked Calm Mind, but he shows that his move's Shadow Ball, so I just Calm Mind just to see, you know, if I could beat him in a Calm Mind war. He clicks Calm Mind. He's faster than me, which is weird. But that does 51. Jesus Christ. Pixie Plate Lele is a beast. I'm just clicking Moonblast, getting those special attack drops like the mad lad that I am. I just keep Calm Minding. I go Buzzwole on, you know, an expected Calm Mind, so I'm able to scare him out. And this is where I Ice Punch and Dispatch of the Nidoqueen. At this point I'm at 9%, so I'm probably going to die, so I just Ice Punch. just to get the kill. Buzzwole can go down swinging. I go Lele because I have the Protect, and that's very nice here. And the Mew, you know, the Mew's the Mew. So I click Protect to see that he's clicking U-turn. Now that I know he's clicking U-turn, I can go Corviknight, because I know he's Scarf. He goes Mew here. I know he's going to Calm Mind once, but since he's Shadow Ball, I can just go Grunt and kill this. However, I do get fully parried here, which it's kind of stinky, which means he's able to get to +2/+2. I Calm Mind up. He Calm Minds up. I have to go Gren. I mean, he still only has Shadow Ball, so I'm not super scared of this. I click Pulse, and the flinch. There we go. I stay looking. I mean, I was ahead. The only reason that I wasn't able to just win right there is because the Corviknight got fully parried, which, I mean, yeah, he parried me, but I mean, if you're relying on your DPL strats to win you the game, fuck you. Yeah, I flinch it, and I'm able to, yeah, you could see a conversation over there. Pretty fun stuff, but it dies. He goes Darm. At this point, Swampert's at 64. I don't know how much it does with Flare Blitz, but I don't want to, you know, like, risk losing a Swampert to, like, a crit and then losing the game. So I decided to just stay in. He clicks Flare Blitz, showing that he is Scarf because he's faster than the Gren. Swampert's able to come in, clicks Flare Blitz, does 28, and I'm able to pick it off with the Earthquake, and that is the game. That's the whole game. 3-0 win for mpknife week 1. A little bit of hacks here and there. I think I should have predicted a little more at my Buzzwole, but that also led to, you know, the Buzzwole killing the Regigigas, which is huge. Overall, good game pie, and I'll see you week 2. Sayonara.